A Travis County woman wrongfully convicted of murder in 2005 has now been officially declared innocent after a decades-long legal battle. But immigration enforcement is now standing in her way. Fox 7 Austin's Jenna King joins us from the DA's office in downtown Austin with the story. Jenna.
Mike, Carmen Mejia was supposed to walk free today after being exonerated, but instead she remains in custody due to an ICE detainer. Carmen Mejia was serving 3 life sentences after being convicted in the 2003 death of a 10-month-old baby. Prosecutors at the time claimed Mejia submerged the baby in scalding hot bath water and failed to get medical care after.
This case from the start, the worst was assumed, that this was an intentional act. It was decided that a woman who had no criminal history, no history of child abuse, was, in the words of the trial prosecutor, or had, in the words of the trial prosecutor, the coldest, darkest, blackest, evil heart that you can have. We could not have been more wrong.
At the trial, the state argued the burn pattern showed the injuries were intentional. The defense maintained older children who were home had attempted to give the child a bath, and that because a hot water gauge was set dangerously high, the baby was scalded when one of them accidentally turned the wrong handle. In a post-conviction hearing in 2024, Mejia's child testified they turned the faucet on while the baby was in the bathtub and that Mejia was not in the room. The medical examiner changed the matter of death from homicide to accident.
The proceeding today is an opportunity for the public to see firsthand and hear firsthand the devastating direct impact of Carmen's wrongful conviction, as well as the almost tsunami-like ripple effect that it's had on so many lives of so many people.
The bailiff in Mejia's original trial had concerns with the case and brought them to the Innocence Project in 2015.
I could picture her in that cell in prison, knowing that there was no one that was going to help her, and she was going to spend the rest of her life there for something that I think, personally, like witnessing the trial, that possibly she had not done.
The Texas Court of Criminal Appeals overturned Mejia's conviction in January. On Monday, a judge formally exonerated her.
For more than 20 years, I have never had the chance to talk with my mother about the things daughters normally share with their moms, asking for advice or simply feeling a mother's unconditional love. I hope that I can finally build a meaningful relationship with her.
But just as Mejia was set to be released, another obstacle emerged. Her legal team says she is now being held by the Travis County Sheriff's Office due to a federal immigration detainer. Her attorneys say she lost her legal status because of a wrongful conviction.
She should have been able to reunite with her children who were taken from her 20 years ago. Miss Mejia has achieved what is almost the impossible by demonstrating her innocence and obtaining an exoneration, and for her now to be detained would just compound the injustice.
The case comes as the Trump administration has ramped up its immigration enforcement nationwide.
Carmen Mejia is innocent. That is what the judge ruled today. But the Trump administration needs to stop detaining and incarcerating innocent immigrants, innocent Americans.
Within the next 48 hours, she will either be taken into ICE detention or released. That decision is up to federal immigration enforcement. I reached out to ICE for more information on this case, but I'm still waiting to hear back.